breastfeeding can cause neck and shoulder pain. Hi, I'm William Fuller, certified massage therapist, wellness educator, and founder of Vision Body Mind. And many of my clients here in downtown San Francisco, because I do pre and postnatal massage, but with a background in sports science, biomechanics, and physical education, what I'm doing is I'm combining the two to help new parents think about what's going on with their bodies while they're in this newborn phase or in this new baby phase, where what's actually going on is a lot of your biomechanics and poor biomechanics is actually causing a lot of the tension that's happening, that's then triggering the pain that you're experiencing, which is why even if you go and get a great massage, within a couple of days the pain might be back again, because you're not treating the cause of the pain, you're just treating the symptoms of the pain. So what we're talking about here is the cause of the pain. The cause of the pain isn't your beautiful new baby here, although sometimes it might feel that way, and 2 o'clock in the morning and your beautiful love of your life is screaming for several hours. But what I'd like to say, I mean, sleep depression obviously plays a role in this, and maybe lack of nutrition, too much caffeine. But the biomechanics is so essentially important, and the reason why I love biomechanics being the issue is because it's so simple to address. It just takes a case of you being a little bit more aware whilst you're holding your new little darling, so that you can start to address the cause of the pain. There's plenty of, and that's just what we're going to be looking at today, there's plenty of resources at visionbodymind.com that's going to help you work a little bit more with that. But I want to keep this short today because I know you're extremely busy. So I just want to cue you in on one position, and this is going to explain where your pain is coming from, chances are. So ideally, due to kind of where our ideal structural alignment is, we are shoulders down and back, holding the baby down in through here, serratus anterior, lower trapezius, lower rhomboids engaged, and we're holding baby from here whilst we're breastfeeding. Or if you're lying down on your back breastfeeding, then obviously you can try and keep the shoulders relaxed as much as possible and use the pillows to help safeguard you. But let me just cue you into a familiar position, this and this. So you could imagine that you're looking down, you're straining all the tissue up in through the neck, and you can check out the video why breastfeeding is causing neck pain. I had to give a little example there using a kind of an elastic band on how that could be straining the tissue up in the neck. But look at this kind of familiar posture. You're rounding in through the shoulders, and there's also a video on just shoulder rounding, so please check that out as well. And I explain a little bit more detail what that could be causing pain in the shoulder girdle here. And then we've got this head forward position, so it's putting strain all through here as well. Notice how this position is very also familiar to this, and I do find that kind of when we get to become new parents, it's a little bit of the straw that breaks the camel's back. We're already spending long hours in front of the computer, most of us, doing this kind of thing. All of a sudden, a beautiful screaming young baby comes into our life, and now all of a sudden we've got this huge demand of feeding all day, every day. My wife says we have a 2-year-old, and then we've got one on the way. She says she's not necessarily looking forward to becoming a milk machine. Again, I'd like to say I sympathize, but I actually don't know what that's like. But you could imagine that all of a sudden this huge demanding is being put on you, and it's being put on your body. And for long hours, and not only that, but at like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. So all of a sudden we've got this familiar posture going in through here. So that's why when I do my prenatal work, a lot of what I'm trying to do with working with my clients is I'm trying to get all this tension released in through here, releasing in through the front line, so that we can have good posture when it comes round to the newborn arriving. Doesn't mean it's too late. What I'm asking for you to do now is check out those 2 videos, one on specifically on neck, one specifically on shoulder that I've done on the YouTube channel. Just subscribe below or check that out there. That's going to talk a little bit more about the cognitive side of things, why you want to be thinking about this, because it's important when you're in this position and you're tired, you're fatigued, but something's going to cue you into, oh, I need to be working on my head or shoulder position. And those videos are going to help give you a little bit more detail that's going to help you with that. But just basically, I wanted you to be thinking about, it's not necessarily you, it's not necessarily your baby that's causing this pain, but just start to think about the biomechanics. And then one thing I said in both those videos is, okay, there's going to be times where you're just going to be stuck in that position and there's nothing you can do about it. That's fine. What are you doing for the rest of the 80% of the time? I call it the 80-20 rule. So you want to make sure that 80% of the other time that you're not in this kind of hunched position. How many of you are side sleeping, rounding like this? How many are you on your phones like this? How many are you trying to sneak in a couple of hours work or Facebook, kind of like in this position or this position? So what we want to start to do is limit the variables, limit the times where we might be putting strain in through the neck and in through the shoulders. And that's going to help reduce the pain causing symptoms there. So very, very important for you to start to do. I hope you found this information useful. I said I was going to keep this video short today because I know you're extremely busy and you need to move on to either do some more breastfeeding or changing some poopy diapers or trying to get some food ready. My wife and I, we just set ourselves to just do one task a day, which tend to just be laundry. So thank you very much for taking this time with me today. Please feel free to head over to visionbodymind.com. There you're actually going to find plenty of resources, including a free 5-day posture challenge, which is focused about increasing your awareness of the neck, now the head and neck. The reason why that's important for you is I do find that this head position is the domino effect to this. So it's kind of like we're looking over, which is very challenging because we're trying to make sure that the little one is feeding properly, and I know that can be very stressful for you as well. It does get easier in theory, but it takes time. That when we're kind of in this head forward position. So if we could be a little bit more aware, I'm not saying don't look down, but what if we look down like this rather than down like this? Okay, so by increasing the awareness on what's going on with your head positioning, figuring out what your poor posture habit is, because it's going to be different for everyone else, and then figuring out your own posture correction that's going to work with that. So that's the free 5-day posture challenge. It's just like 5 mini meditations, kind of like a short podcast series that you do just once a day to help you cue into that. So please, 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 if you get a chance to check that out. It's also designed in kind of a meditative style, so it's going to be a stress reliever for you as well. That's the idea. So please check that out if you get a chance. If you think somebody else would find this information useful, then please do share this on social media or just send it off to your friend, because it pains me that so many people, that this is new information and they've not ever heard this before, and once it clicks they're like, oh yeah, of course that makes sense. And then there's a lot of mums that I've spoken to, they just don't have back, neck or shoulder pain anymore. So it is very important for you to try to adjust and share the news on that one. And please do subscribe to the YouTube channel below for a lot more information just like this. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to share your valuable time with me today, and good luck with the rest of your day, and here's to living a happy, healthy, active life.